Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston. We are starting with something that over 2 million people did last year in the U.S. Many of you have done it, some of you more than once. However, last year alone, almost 700,000 of you undid it. What am I talking about? Marriage. Our first guest almost got divorced, but with 3 generations of pastors in his family, he took some time to think things through. Christian comedian Marcus D. Wiley shares his revelations in his new stand-up routine, Marriage is Major Surgery. He says part of the problem is the imbalance of marriage from the very beginning. For example, his ring, kiosk in the mall. Her ring, payment plan.
Other women go to women and be like, "Oh, girl, shine bright like a diamond." Yes. All right now. Even men go up to women and say goofy stuff. He must really love you.
It's her big day, not his big day. Her cake is a monument. His is a sheet cake in the corner by the punch bowl. Marcus D. Wiley is here to set things straight. Good morning.
Hey, what's happening?
I love this because it hits home with so many people, and it is so true because there is an imbalance there when it comes to the marriage in the beginning, right? They actually have shows like Say Yes to the Dress. Is there anything about the tuxedo?
Nothing.
Nothing
Matter
at
of
all.
fact, it goes back.
Yeah.
That's
just right. You rent it.
You
rent it, and then it goes back. And then the bride, she is planned, and the whole wedding is approved by her, and the groom just says, "Tell me when to show up."
When to show up.
Yeah.
I could really be virtual.
Yeah,
just
a virtual
put me
groom
on the screen.
Oh, you might have started something there. A virtual groom. All right, just tell us what you want it to look like.
Yeah.
All right. Marcus, you say, we were talking about rings earlier, and in one of your stand-up routines, you talked about the rings.
Yeah.
What was your ring situation?
So, I just get my rings to match my watch.
Oh, okay.
So, my ring probably costs $11.99.
Right.
Because people don't compliment men on rings.
Yeah, like, oh, that's pretty. Yeah.
It's a nice ring.
That one is nice. Though.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Let's go back across your life there. Okay. Young Marcus, born and raised in Houston. Yeah. You were a PK, as in a preacher's kid, but a preacher's kid times 3, really.
Yeah. Dad, grandfather, great-grandfather.
Did you ever feel that pressure of growing up in the fishbowl?
Not really. My dad did a good job of letting me know he didn't want to be a pastor either. So he said it was a call for him. And so, he did a good job of letting me be balanced.
Yeah, because you were still the class clown.
Definitely.
But the teachers liked you.
The teachers liked me. I try to tell my son that because he thinks he's a class clown now.
Yeah.
And so I try to tell him that, it's the difference between a comedian and a class clown.
Yes.
Comics get paid.
Yes.
Clowns get in trouble.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
There you go. All right. So your dad, as you said, had that balance there, but your mom was kind of the disciplinarian.
Much. She was the one.
Yeah.
She was the one who we wondered, did she attend church? I mean, I know she was physically there.
Yeah, she attended church.
But was she
spare
listening?
The rod, spoil the child, right?
Yeah, so my mom, she was definitely the one who, lay it down with the discipline.
Yeah, you got that entertainment bug in 3rd grade. You did Thriller in the talent show.
Oh, you did some research.
Yeah,
yes.
because, one of our employees here, y'all were friends. You and Vaughn.
Vaughn.
You were his
Vaughn
mentor.
Sanford.
Yeah.
Did Thriller at Gregory Lincoln Elementary in 4th Ward, which is now Midtown or whatever. And when the way the girls were screaming at me in the 3rd grade.
You just knew.
I just knew. I said, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm a comic, but I really want to be an R&B singer.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, the life is not over yet. All right.
No, it's over. I don't have a voice.
But we say you got that bug. You really took it seriously because you got your associate's degree in fine arts and theater and your bachelor's and master's in radio, television, and film at TSU. Yeah. So what type of career did you think you were going to have?
I thought I was going to be doing commercials. I wanted to write jingles for commercials, wanted to do Nike commercials, all that type of stuff. And so that's really where when I went to college, that's where I thought I would be.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't start off in those things that they want to do. They have to do some things in between.
Sure.
You said you did a lot of them, and you were fired from a lot of them.
Fired. I've been fired maybe 17 times.
Now what were we doing?
And I'm not bragging. I'm sharing.
Yes.
I just think that people, you need to do a lot of things to find out exactly what it is that you want to do or good at, or what's your purpose, or what have you. So I got fired a lot because I don't quit.
Yeah. Okay.
So you may have somebody like Deborah. You may quit 17 jobs. I got fired from 17.
Right. You were a middle and high school teacher. Now that takes a commitment.
Oh, it's the worst job I ever had. Middle school teaching. I tip my hat to all middle school teachers. They should get paid more than any other level.
Yeah.
Because one day the kid want to be grown. Next day, a child.
Yes.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Stay in the lane. All right.
Yeah.
You were a college professor at Texas Southern University, a basketball and volleyball coach,
Yeah,
and
all
then
these
you were
jobs.
on the church staff because you couldn't avoid being on the church staff.
Yeah.
You worked at stores in the mall.
Yeah.
And then radio personality with the Yolanda Adams Morning Show.
Yeah, best job ever.
Yeah,
Thus far.
I was actually on that show, and it was so much fun. But they were quoting all these Bible verses, and I felt left out.
No, I felt left out because they knew all these Bible verses, so I decided I'd jump in and act like I know some too. And I was like, well, Houston, chapter 6, verse 7, I want to praise dance with somebody. I just want to praise dance with somebody, right? Vandross, chapter 5, verse 8, so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the stars above.
Yeah.
And it took them a minute. They're like, that ain't no Bible verse. All right. Comedy for real. Oftentimes when we talk to comedians, it's a slow burn to get there. And then you finally have to make up your mind, this is what I'm really going to do.
Sure.
But you got that affirmation when someone said, you know what, you're funny. I would hire you.
Yeah, working at the church, I was on staff. That was my last job, per se. One of the guys at the church, his name was Ramon Harper, and he shared with me that I should try to do comedy. And not only did he tell me that, he set up a show for me in Killeen, Texas, because he said, if you bomb, nobody'll never know. And he set that thing up, and I've been off and running since then.
What was it like to get up on stage that first time like that and know that you were doing a show? Because, as I always say with comedians, and I did stand-up comedy for about 3 months and got fired. No, I didn't get fired, but it's like you have people who have paid for you to make them laugh.
Yeah.
And then they've been doing some drinking.
Yeah.
So now you really got to make them laugh.
Yeah. It's a little different. Once people start paying for the jokes, they expect more.
Yeah.
It's several people who are more funnier, or who are funnier than me, like my barber. He's the funniest person I know.
Your barber, right?
Yeah, but if you put a camera in his face, he shrinks.
So that's where you can just go get some material.
Yeah, that's why I go get material at the barbershop.
Yeah, all right. You decided to do clean humor, church-based kind of clean humor. That in itself was a cool niche because it fits into your background.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that the people are hungry for. Sometimes you get a comedian up there, sometimes when they deliver the foul language, it fits right into what they're talking about. But other times you're like going, you didn't really need that for that, right?
Yeah. When the cuss word is the punch, then that's a problem. I hang with comedians who cuss on stage and whatnot, and I have no problem with it, because they're just trying to deliver the story the way they heard it.
Right.
Sometimes I wish I could, cuss, not to just be vulgar, but just because this is how I heard it. You want to be authentic, but I have to try to find clever ways, to still get the same punch without the vulgarity.
Because my dad, his idea of a cuss word, and this is what we knew he was really mad. It was like, you better get out of the way, Daddy mad.
Yeah.
He go, fiddle faddle. And we'd be like,
Dad's about to blow, fiddle faddle, right? All right. You're labeled as a comedic Christian, and your motto is laughter's good, the message is better.
Yeah. I don't really like the label of the Christian comedian.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's a lot of Christians. I'm just a comedian who happens to be a Christian.
Yeah.
There's no Christian firefighter. There's no Christian pest control company. We only kill save roaches.
Actually, I saw a pest control company the other day, and they had the ichthus, the fish, right on that. So there are some Christian pest control companies, but they're killing some things, but they are.
But are the insects Christian?
In a Christian way. But they're killing the insects in a Christian way. So
That's the important part right there.
Sure.
All right, your latest comedy special, Marriage is Major Surgery.
Yeah.
So I said earlier that there's a point where you were dancing around divorce, and something pulled you back.
God, I was trying.
You were trying to get divorced.
I was trying to get divorced because you're young at the time. And at that time, I wasn't what I wanted to be in life. Had nothing to do with my wife, had nothing to do with any real, looking back at it, major problems. I just wasn't who I thought, I wanted to be. And I was blaming marriage for that.
Yeah.
And so, God just basically kind of talked to me and was like, okay.
And this is what's cool about your stand-up is that you serve a real serious message in between the laughs that's all about wrapped around real life. Your upcoming show, When the Church Met the Club. Now, when I read that title, I was like, I remember being in church, the pastor called out somebody who goes, I see that pretty jacket you have on, Sister Jenkins, with the sequin tube top underneath. You came straight from the club into the church this morning, didn't you?
Yeah. So my tour starts in June, actually in Houston, May 9th. I'm going to kind of give a sneak peek on it. at the George Theater. But when the church met the club, I'm just basically introducing myself, a church boy, to the club, because I'm doing all these clubs across the country.
Yeah.
So it's when the church met the club and just trying to, you know, bring us together.
Yeah, because
we have more things in common than we do than we don't.
And more ways to connect us today, but we're more divided today than ever.
Yeah.
You're right. So thanks for being a uniter.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
You can laugh along with Marcus D. Wiley Friday, May 9th at the George Theater in Houston on Friday, May 9th. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. For tickets or more information, visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you. Remember, you can bring your mama and not be embarrassed. Okay. Your kids too.